Look at this garbage. Oh, wait, we broke that. Here's the marquee.
Oh.
We are back. Another episode of From the Source. I have Joe Medley with me again. Say hello.
Hello.
Well done.
It's been like a whole week, and clearly neither of us does laundry.
Oh yeah, this is the same outfit I had on last week. That reminds me of the joke you did where I was talking about next-gen CSS, and you were like the Enterprise? It was so good. Now I can't hear next-gen ever again. And my brother says next-gen all the time. He's like a younger cat, and anyway, like everything's next-gen.
Yeah, anyway. That's nerdy jokes are me, so.
Love it. Nerdy jokes. All right, so we were back in the Chromium source again. So we're going through the user agent of Chromium, and we're trying to just figure out like what styles do we have coming down the pipeline and applying to our page that we don't even really, I don't know, we don't go inspect them. We don't think about them very often. I mean, it was as simple as things like that we learned last time that the head tag gets set to display none. Your script and style tags get set to display none. Like otherwise, those would consume space and probably be display in line. We learned about the layer tag, and anyway, this isn't a recap episode. This is for us to, hey, look. Okay, wait, I'm actually immediately and already sidetracked because we were talking about how these would do better as a comma-separated selector list. And look, they did it here. I don't know who they is. I keep saying they like I know who they are. This is probably like 100 people over like many years, but...
Well, and you're probably looking at different ways of doing things over the entire history of Chrome and WebKit before it.
Yeah, it's just layers and layers, right? So the marquee tag, tell us about that tag, Joe.
I would have to look it up, but if I recall correctly, the marquee tag actually makes something work like a marquee.
It does. Let's see.
Which I know is completely redundant, but...
Can we make one? Like, if I just make this a marquee tag...
You forgot to... Did you... Oh, you closed it.
I closed it. It closed itself. Do we have text inside? I thought this would be bouncing back and forth like a little stock ticker.
Well, you're looking at the style sheet, not the...
Anyway, I feel like it was... Oh, look, it's here!
Oh, yeah.
It just showed up. Is that what it's gonna... Oh, because it's way off screen.
Way off screen.
Let's close this.
I wish you'd asked me about that before the video, because I'm struggling to remember something Chris Wilson told me about the history of that very recently. In fact.
Yeah. Oh, see, we gotta get Chris on here too.
He would be a fantastic person to do in this one of your videos. I agree.
Oh, that is hilarious. I'm just gonna let that tag continue there. Okay, the address element. I thought that was newer, but they. Oh, look, and here's figure and figure. Okay, so we're entering the HTML5 element list here now, right?
Okay.
Oh, especially because we have article main, nav, H group. Ooh, there's a relic.
A header group.
Wasn't there V group as well?
No, I think that's header group, not horizontal group.
Oh, okay. What? Oh, the V group was all caps. Was that a?
I don't remember a V group.
Well, maybe it'll be in here, maybe not. I thought those were like pre-divider tags before the div. I don't know. There was a really great Paul Irish talk that he gave about HTML3, I think.
Okay.
And it's fascinating. And he goes through all the tags that were proposed, and it's good stuff. Anyway. Okay, address block quote. So I kept seeing this underscore QEM. I'd like to go look it up at some point, but I can only imagine that this style sheet gets parsed by some sort of template engine, and these get replaced.
Possibly, or it's a since that is WebKit prefixed, that could be a proprietary value of some kind.
Well, let's check out what a block quote, what that value before ends up being in the end.
I'm a little confused that that has not been updated to be margin before instead of WebKit margin before.
I agree.
Et cetera, et cetera.
These prefixes are funny. It's almost like we're finding that there's an open source job to be done here, which is clean this up.
Apparently.
But I feel like the pushback we're going to get is there's millions and millions and millions of web pages that assume.
Well, you put them both in there, which is the transitional thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you transition your user agent?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Ooh, that sounds dangerous.
This is actually tempting because as a writer, I have little chance of ever becoming an official Chromium contributor, which my old boss Megan actually accomplished that, and I'm not sure.
Megan Kearney, super awesome.
Yes, on a new project now. We can't talk about that, but you're actually going to have. I think you actually are going to have to cut that line.
I'll just bleep it all out. Well, we'll say Megan Kearney.
Carney.
Carney.
Megan Carney. Yes.
Carney. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the correction. It's like one of those where you read the last name.
Yeah.
And you haven't heard it out loud. All right. So what else we got in here? I mean, we already knew these. Like, I kind of wish the figure element didn't come with a bunch of margins, but that's okay.
That I.
Semicolons all over this, but none here.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. I speculated we should have looked that up in the last week at some point.
I know.
I speculated that you do not need a semicolon on the last item in the list.
Look at this. This is a pretty safe example that can confirm your suspicions. What's the map element? What
that I
is
believe,
the map element?
Oh, that is that used to be a way of putting links inside of images.
Yeah. Oh, I remember doing these in Dreamweaver.
Yes,
Yeah.
you would define boxes within the image, and
They
it
were
would
hot
turn
areas.
Yeah, and
It's
it would
just
turn them
like-
into links.
Totally. This is like InVision. So InVision, you've got your design comps, and what you do is you draw a hotspot over it.
Right.
And the hotspot, this...
This predates. I mean, CSS was in its infancy when this was a common thing, and I think you would probably accomplish the same thing with CSS.
Oh, I agree.
And basic
like
HTML now.
And an anchor tag. You could
Yeah.
use legit tags, and then you could tab through them.
Yeah.
So I wonder how accessibility is here. Oh, this is so funny though. Use map with an ID pointing to a map
Pointing
with a
to the
name.
map.
Oh, that's so
Wow,
good.
I haven't seen.
Me neither.
Literally have not seen that in 20 years.
What's weird too is that was like a bread and butter thing for me to do back in the day, was to make those maps, because we were constraining everything to 800 by 600 and doing these weird like.
Well, and everybody who designed was coming from a purely paper background,
Yeah.
and so they were used to controlling every aspect of the visual space down to the individual. We didn't. We sort of said pixels, but in our heads we were thinking, like a printer, points and
Yeah.
leading and kerning and all that stuff.
So cool. Map element. Thank you, open source user agent.
Which
I forgot about that.
I wonder if that would even work in a responsive design environment.
I don't know. They looked like vector points.
Because you would not have but see here now you would not have a single large graphic that were conceptually broken into components. You would have to break that down, and as soon as you change the screen size, all of your map regions would be in the wrong place.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. People are definitely doing that with SVG now, and it's a lot more efficient. All right, our heading elements. Oh, look at this, a handy little comment. Is that our first one?
I think it is.
Look at this garbage. Oh, wait, we broke that. Here's the marquee.
Oh.
Okay, generic block level elements. They did label it. Okay,
Okay.
so I was like, that is what we were... So what did they label these? Children of the head. Okay.
Okay.
Is that like Children of the Corn?
I don't know. It sounds very arch, doesn't
wait.
it? You are one of the children
Here,
of
I'm
the
going to
head.
launch VisBug. There we go.
Children of the corn.
All right, okay, what else are we doing? We were in heading elements. Here we are. Okay, H1s, nothing surprising. Font size is 2M by default. I don't think I knew that. Huh, okay. I really don't like these special margin scenarios. I wonder what the history is there. Like margin before? Like, is it before margin? It's like margin on margin? I don't think so, right? It's just a...
Actually, that's fairly modern.
Are these logical properties?
Wait a minute. You know what? These are fairly modern names, because in the old days it was margin top, margin bottom, because it was left to right orientation. Margin before, margin after is text direction agnostic. Right.
So it is like logical properties where
Right.
you're... okay, that makes more sense. This
But
is
if you were
bizarre,
gonna
though.
if you were gonna update it, why would you not get rid of the WebKit prefix?
That is a good question. And why not just use the shorthand? If you're going to specify all 4 and you have some repetition. I don't know. Good question. Yeah, here's another trailing missing semicolon. All right, here we go. So this is interesting. WebKit any. So this is the precursor to the what we're currently saying is the is pseudo selector, which before that was the matches selector, which before that was the WebKit any selector. And this is a really sweet way of shorthanding what is being done poorly right here, because you could do the same thing and you could use this WebKit any. So what's interesting is Chromium ships behind a flag support for matches, but how long has it supported WebKit any, and what is the support for this? Can I use this?
WebKit any.
I want to use this all the time, and I use post CSS preset env to let me do this with the modern syntax, and it basically expands it into the old school syntax, a lot like Babel.
You want to use WebKit any?
I want to use any.
Oh.
And if I
was going to say proprietary shame on you.
Matches is any. Okay, cool. Yeah, I heard that. Okay, let's see. Can I use? I guess is what we want. And any. Is it going to be in here? Any link? Nope. 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 What the heck? Overflow wrap anywhere? Firefox, what are you shipping here? Okay, sorry,
actually,
distracted.
You go look at what MDN does, because you notice something new that they just started. Powered by MDN browser compatibility data.
Ooh.
This used to be an issue of contention, which is that they had widely different views on things, and
look at this.
different levels of accuracy.
Boom, star.
This actually
hey, look,
is the
look, here you are.
Yes.
Nice.
So this is the support for all of the compatibility tables that are on MDN currently, and anybody can open a pull request if they have a correction that they need to make.
Perfect.
And once those corrections are made, of course, that will also, in addition to showing up on MDN, will also get consumed by Can I Use. So we get the best of both worlds. We get all of the use cases for the browser compatibility data, and then we get the beautiful interface that Can I Use.
Lovely. That's really
provides.
nice. Well, I was just checking out the time, and I think it's a good time to call it. We uncovered some more really fun stuff. I mean, obviously, again, we're looking at a file that has some history, which is why there's so many. Look at. They're using an any inside of an any. That is so unfair. That is such a sweet way of doing things. So it's
They're
like
not
any
using an any inside an any. They've got 2 of them there.
right, but there's no comma. So it's like if there any
yeah.
article has an article inside of it infinitely. They don't even use the direct descendant down here. If it goes down anywhere and then there's an H1, there's some special. This is some tricky. Look at these. Oh no. Where's this going? Oh, how?
Oh. Yuck.
Dude, what is this? It's like there's a bug here. Oh, I didn't mean to go back, or I clicked something. Oh, okay. Or there's like a potential for a bug there. Like, because it only does 5 levels deep. But why did they need that? Because if you just do this one, that's sufficient. This will find any article in an article in an article in an article. What is the point of the repetition?
Well, I said last week we were probably going to find stuff that we needed to open tickets about. And
wow.
Here's another one.
And look at the font sizes are in M's. Oh, snap. There's some recursion happening here. They want to scale the fonts down as you nest articles and sections inside of articles and sections, and they increase the margin. Oh man, that's fascinating. I got to go figure out what they're doing here. The font size shrinks and the margin increases. Oh, that does not make any sense to me right now.
It doesn't make any sense to me either.
Well, let's end our episode.
It's not good layout.
Yeah, I agree.
It's time to investigate.
All right, well, I hope that was interesting. We're probably going to peek into this more. This has just been a file full of gems. So take care, everybody. Hope you had a good time.
Goodbye.